Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, I wanted to take my swing at explaining how I view manifestation and this one concept that's really popularized by the Neville Goddard regurgitators out there. Not for nothing, but true story. Um, Everybody's you pushed out. So, I want to clarify what I believe because I do believe it's not so one dimensional. Let's just say it like that. Okay? This is my problem with the manifestation community, like probably 90% of it. Okay, I'll be forgiving. 80. That they just plaster this, like what worked over there or some kind of a method, and it's just irregardless of circumstances, irregardless of the person, their background, their unique history. You just plaster the same situation like that. That is very destructive, I want to say. So to some people, it's almost like a blame thing, and they're already traumatized from the experience or really feeling sad. So now especially coaches out there telling them everybody's you pushed out, so they are you. So I think a gentler way and a more all-inclusive way and a more authentic and truthful way is to say this, in fact, okay? Everything you do, whether you're aware of it or not, energetically does come back to you. Okay? It does come back to you. Now, it could take the shape of this particular person in your life. It could be a different version of that specific someone, okay, in a romantic sense, okay? I would not identify myself with a manifestation. This is where it becomes a problem for me personally, because at this juncture, from my point of view of my self-development, it's not a judgment call of who it is you are, okay, the manifestation itself. It's just the frequency that you were on. And maybe another kind of subsection here is that what you threw out, again, lifting the blame and all of this, like pointing fingers and making people feel worse, that's pathetic. But what if what you sent out in like a prayer form or request, what if the shit show showing up is precisely the answer to your request? So therefore, rejoice kind of situation. Like, why does it go automatically, this like really, again, copy and paste judgment, okay? For all of those people that are, again, self-proclaimed coaches and gurus, why is it necessarily labeled negative? I just have a question like that. Like, you can't go through life with this kind of mentality. This is where, I don't know, there's a big debate how narcissists are created, but I believe it's through these kinds of fucking demands, a perfection. Yeah, your life's supposed to be just hunky-dory all the time. And if anything bad happens to you, it's a bad reflection on you. Wow. That is like seriously like a 3-year-old thinks this way. I feel like really frustrated, especially specifically with this kind of situation with the manifestation community, that it's frowned upon. And my perspective, having, I'm in my early 40s now, like, I'm by no stretch of the imagination, by the way, did I proclaim that I, I don't know everything or don't have stuff to work on myself and this and that. Like, coaches are not perfect. I think it's the mentality of blame that needs to go, okay? It really does need to shift to, what if there's a golden nugget within this fucking situation that I have such a fucking big problem with? And people are not used to this kind of mentality. I mean, we all know why. We're not so, really developed as a world. I have to break it to you. I think you're up to speed yourself. We have a lot of work to do kind of situation. As a society, as people, like, You know what I mean? Not judging and like all of these things, not just again plastering like a Xerox copy one on top of the other. But what if you change your mind? What if the normal thing to go, imagine a society for just a second here please, where the normal go-to is, but what if this is in your favor? What a fabulous society. Everybody's wearing Chanel. Just kidding. No, that would be spooky. Actually, so what if this is in my favor? And if you gain this perspective, then there is no like everybody's you pushed out. No, I would like beg to reframe it like you project your own frequency onto everybody. You are the master magician. At all times, no matter where you are in your journey, you might have forgotten about your powers, that you're that powerful, and kind of like the correlation between what's being thrown out there consciously or unconsciously, it does return back. Like universe is recording everything in that sense. But if you just become aware of that, the kind of choices that are being made, even in the interpretation of everybody's you pushed out. Like I said, I would rephrase it, I have all the power in the world. In my world, I have all the power in the world. I might forget about it. I might be working some things out. I might, sometimes, listen, people just plain and simple get busy. And we're so busy with everything else, we forget about ourselves and what's happening over here kind of situation. Okay. But that the power is always within your hands. And that's the other thing. It doesn't take such a long time to turn it around once the signal comes out with another agenda. Whereas like before, again, you used to blame yourself and feel awful. Again, a lot of people do in the manifestation community. This is the prism through which everybody, it's a judgment. You're being judged for your manifestations. And I'm inviting you on an entirely different journey. Look at the entirety of your life. And this is what I do in coaching. And rework its meaning all to your fucking advantage. Yes, even the shittiest things. Especially the shittiest things. But I'm telling you, if you have this fucking a different lens through which you look at your life, you will think of yourself as the superstar, which you fucking are, man. You are. That's the big surprise, And the joke is, the biggest joke, everybody around you already knows that. Everybody already is up to speed to the message. It's like you're the only one who needs to catch up in order to experience the benefits of being the hottest chick in the game or the hottest dude in the game. Having all the power in your universe. So it doesn't take a lot to focus, but focusing with self-love rather than self-condemnation, because it's like different ways you can tell the mountain to move. You can blame yourself for the result that's staring you in the face, or let's just say feel really angry about something like a third party or whatever, and you think that, with this anger, you're going to like create a result that's opposite of anger. It's never going to happen. So how are you showing up to the mountain with what kind of ideas about who you even are? If, again, you're identifying yourself based on the current circumstances, which to me is what kind of, I don't know, for nothing, everybody's you pushed out is kind of implying, okay, here, identify yourself with this. Well, you're the free agent completely. You're always the golden Buddha. In most cases, what I deal with, almost 100% of the time, in coaching, it's whatever the person absorbed from other people. Just plain and simple. Just something that somebody said made you feel a certain way, la-di-da, la-di-da. And now you think of yourself, those things. Isn't that crazy though? Right? We all have done that in the past, and yet it's so absurd. who the fuck is this person to tell you anything about who you are? Just based on something that looks like shit, let's just say. And I feel like when you show up to the mountain with this kind of self-respect, like, I'm not a fucking fuck up, man. I'm in the school called Earth, and I'm learning. And maybe even this shit show right here is serving me, guaranteed. I'm telling you, I want to tell you from all of my experiences, sorry about the siren, from all of my experiences, it always turns into gold. So if you're showing up with that perspective and you're saying to the situation or whatever, the version of SP or whatever it is you're wanting to change or manifest, you're not showing up with desperation anymore. You're showing up relaxed. You're showing up ready to play. You're showing up with confidence. You're not under the spell of believing bad things about yourself automatically. That is not the automatic choice anymore. That changes everything, though. Like, it's so subtle. Maybe it isn't actually even subtle, but simple, maybe I should say. But it's so profound. It's so profound. What is your interpretation of the current situation? Is it that you're to blame, or is it that you're rejoicing over here, quite frankly? Okay? So, yes, you can even rejoice about something that's staring you in the face, that you can go back in time and figure out when you did create it. You're so powerful. Again, your energy just comes out and it's recorded. It's recorded by the universe. If you start paying attention to what you're throwing out, like, you'll get a hold of your golden magicianship power. And that's the whole motherfucking shebang. Just be aware of the energy. And when you don't feel so good, okay, your body, you're in a human fucking body, man. Make time for your body to feel good. You know, exercise, take care of it, this and that. And if you need to fucking rest, rest. You know, if you're rested, you're going to be able to manifest much faster, with lightning speed. When you're tired, you're going to be, hitting your head against the wall. And still, it's all about alignment. It's all about the kind of energy that you yourself bring to the manifestation. Bring that energy, and throw out that energy most of the time. Nobody wants you to be perfect. That would be fucking boring. And the attempt of doing that, it just makes it somehow imperfect all the same. I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay? Make it your business to be aware. In the beginning, it's work. Just like anything in the world, a new hobby, or maybe not a hobby, a new skill that you're learning, okay, that you need to get used to a certain way. Like, if somebody made you learn how to, like, let's say you're right-handed and somebody told you, for a month you cannot write with your right hand, with the left hand, you would fucking learn that shit. In the beginning it would be uncomfortable, but pretty soon you'll be all right, kind of deal. You get the hang of it. And that's exactly what it is. Going into the lab, not with blame or shame, but literally just like, how interesting. Like this, lightheartedly, completely. How, without the labels, everybody's super stoked, feel blame, feel horrible about yourself. No, just how, like, imagine you're in a gallery full of paintings, and none of them are, sunshine and rainbows, right? Once in the blue moon, the painter felt like painting some kind of a gloomy situation. like that. How interesting. Okay, don't prefer it. Don't have to feel any which way about it. Just go about your way, mirroring that energy, that of a sunny day in a painting or whatever it is you're working on. Don't stress yourself out entirely. Learn that your energy is magnetic. Learn that even right now, even if you don't have something, this is how powerful you are, that you can also be in a completely different reality than your object of desire or version of SP. This is how powerful you are, that you can insist by remaining in that perception. Either about, it's something holding you there. either about yourself, about the circumstance, it being not fair and this and any other, like relinquishing that transports you to the other side, if you will, to the to the other timeline, I should say, where this is already there. That's how much power you have in one split second. And in the next split second, if you're not bogged down by the guilt and the shame and the dooba dooba doo, and you worked all that out, watch how fast everything aligns in your favor. You're just like floating like a balloon in the sky. Period. The motherfucking end. Thank you very much for listening. All the information from me is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.